most of you hate Nomi. Do you think she's the least attractive person in this house? Bells, can you answer that question for me?
I'm never that guy to talk about people's looks. Yeah?
Okay. But now, another question. Yeah. If she gave you that ass to hit,
I won't hit it.
Swear to God.
I can hit it on a very drunken night, right?
Ricky, I do you.
But bro,
that is anyhow saying that it's so fake that you don't even touch it.
I don't believe Trump.
But
no. I know Trump will not do that, honestly.
See, it doesn't look
Trump
good.
is just a flirt.
It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good.
I'm not talking about ass, I'm talking about face.
Her face doesn't look good, right?
I don't know why. It's just making bills happy, whatever we're saying.
So,
why you smiling?
So on a normal day, I'll be okay because to me, I never see anybody as ugly, right?
Yeah.
Well, bro, she's crazy.
I told her straight to her face that you're a very dark person and nobody wants to be your friend.
Ricky, Bells, and Yusuf woke up this morning and unprovoked decided that what they are going to use their day to do is to drag Nomi, body shame her, and talk down at her. I get the drama between Ricky and Nomi and Bells. I just don't understand where Yusuf comes in. Because even in that gossip between Godessa and Shiva this morning, they still mentioned something that Yusuf said to Nomi. I'm like, okay, for a season that it looked like they clocked Flora early and loved her, somehow they are doing that same thing to Nomi. And it is not as though, like, it is people inheriting beefs and fights. It's just terrible. I am not going to lie. Okay, she insulted Ricky's parents. Understandable if you carry a beef against her because he didn't insult her own parents back, right? And I thought that was honorable. Till now, I still feel it is a honorable thing to do, even though I will not be that honorable because I will insult your parents back. Let's be even. But when it comes to Bells was trying to explain her own side of the story. But the truth is, you said what you said. Explaining it is not going to take that fact away. You did call her a motherless hoe. And the fact that she insulted your parents, yes, Nomi's own insult was too much, right? In a weighing scale. But another thing too is you don't beat a child and tell it not to cry. If you are going to insult people's parents, be ready that they are also going to insult your parents as well. So the idea of Bells trying to sanctify herself and explaining away her own horrible behavior, I don't know, maybe to make herself look, I just find it really horrible. It is horrible. And the shallowness of these housemates too. It is almost as if whenever the guys gather, all they can talk about is to talk about the girls in a very derogatory manner. Very derogatory. And a lot of the girls in that house, they feed it as well. It's such a reflection of our society that it is quite disheartening, to say the least. That a girl would sit down with other people, even if you're fighting or you had a fight with this girl. After that, move on. And just because you had a fight with this person does not mean that you have to contribute to a derogatory conversation about you. The thing that Bells does not know is that Yusuf also talks about her in the most derogatory way to other people when she's not there. You know why? Because you sold yourself so cheaply. I mean, like, I get the, okay, the whole, okay, would you, and then talking about her body and her butt, and no wonder Flora went to tell Big Brother that these male housemates were spying on a married woman that was beating. And yes, see, I understand it's Biggie's house. Cameras are everywhere. Whoever that was auditioning to go there knows that you are going to obviously be having general baths, right? It's a public bathroom. The guys can see you. I understand that. But when they go out of their way to go and spy on women that are baiting, that is low. And I have one viewer on this page. I know he's going to comment on this one and say, I'm always supporting women. Yes, I'm a woman. I will support women. Of course, he does not see when I'm dragging women. He only sees when I'm supporting women. But I really don't care. That type of behavior is just... And it's even worse because Biggie's house is a reflection of how these people are as a people. They're usually horrible. Most of the times people will say, oh, but it's the game. When you're a honorable person, it shows up even in your game. There are just certain things that are off limit for you. You won't do certain things. Yusuf no be better. Yusuf is another shallow person. I remember when he was saying, oh, he cannot have intellectual conversations with Bells. I was like, you are not even someone on a normal day that have sense will sit down and have an intellectual conversation with. All I have seen in Yusuf is shallow. Yeah. Do you get, like, all they talk about in that house is sensual, sexual, sex appeal, whatever. That's all they talk about, morning till night. They are so mentally lazy that they don't know how to entertain without being derogatory, without being malicious or fighting. Like, it's just terrible. The crop of guys in the house this season are probably the worst, especially coming from last season. You know, we had good guys. We had, as much as people were dragging Kola and all of that, I remember always defending Kola, except when Kola used to do his media rounds. But I was like, you can just see that Kola is loved at home. He doesn't talk down on people, even though he was quite classist, but you will hardly see Kola talk down on people. He always maintained a certain level of, decorum. Coin, right? Faith. We had good guys from that season. What's the name of this guy? Tega. Of course, we had, we had Victory, we had Jason J, we had, what's this guy's name? Those ones were there too. But we also had like a good balance of people that were level-headed and respectful. Same thing for the girls too. This season, we have a bunch of girls that they don't respect themselves. They are malicious. They are derogatory. They are condescending. All the while you look at them and there is really nothing to them. There's nothing extra to them. They're talking about the girl's boss, talking about how she's ugly on the face and all of that. If you spoke to her actions in the house, yes, I would support you. But once it comes to the part where you start talking down on a person's body parts, body shaming them, yeah, I have an issue with that. Even though the yash was done, I really don't care. If they tell you to go do surgery, you know get sense enough to. Yeah, you know get sense enough to. You didn't go to school enough to. You would never see, like, that BBL that Nomi apparently did. Imagine if it was Faith that was talking about her BBL. You will not talk about it in that way. You probably hear medical terms and medical explanation that will make you leave the conversation better and more knowledgeable about BBLs. But yeah, we have grown as men sitting down to analyze a woman's BBL. And all that they can come up with is whether the BBL is straight or not. And whether it is real or not. Like, it's just... And the fact that, one thing about Bells though, Bells at the beginning, yeah, she was saying that she's going to go and ask Nomi that she wants to do her body too. I will not be surprised that Bells will come out of the house and do it. I will not be surprised to see Bells come out by the time money starts entering her hand. The next thing she will do is go and do BBL. It is always the people who drag people for doing BBL that you see them, they end up doing the same BBL. So all this while they were just probably jealous that they never get enough money to go do BBL. Because there is no point. There is literally no point. You can, if you are not okay with any body part, you can go and do surgery. I don't have any problems with people doing surgery. I think my only issues with doing maybe things like BBL and stuff like that, nose jobs and all of those things, I think about the medical implications that it will have long term. I wouldn't body shame you for doing that. Every aboki with his own kettle. It's not your business. And another thing also is how much awareness they lack. They lack awareness. This is a show that is watched predominantly by women. And you are talking down on women that much. Like, you literally have nothing else going on for you, that you always go back to the one fight that you had from week 1. Like, get over it. Even the Bells and Nomi drama was from week 1. And like, you people haven't moved on from it. That's all you talk about. Whenever you sit down and you are looking for highlights to catch, Nomi's name must be there. You are literally obsessed with the girl. You are making your whole storyline in that house about this girl. Bells will not have highlights, if not for that fight with Nomi. If not, all her highlights will be making out with a guy that does not claim her in public. That would be her storyline. At least Nomi has given her a different storyline. Not one that is good in any way. It's really just very shameful. Same thing with Ricky. All your highlights, your main highlight from the show was your drama with Nomi. And whenever news carries you, you are saying stuff, even though he didn't quite, it wasn't that open. He tried to wriggle his way out of it by saying it doesn't really talk bad about people's body parts, but, And as for Yusuf, nothing really concern you, like, from where to where? So you are inheriting Belle's drama with her. You are not even giving the small allowance that other people heard your Bells say what she said. You weigh it and you decided that you are judge, jury, and executioner. And the Bells, where they no rate for that house, will sit down there. And another thing about people like Bells, because they know that people don't rate them, whenever they are invited into any conversation, they are so happy that they are even there, that they are even given a seat at the table, that they will sell their soul to remain there. That's the type of person that she is. That's why she will not look at Flora them that has her back as friends. But she will look at Yusuf and be claiming Yusuf, the same Yusuf that does not want to claim you. The same Yusuf that is running around with Goddessa until they had to tell him to exercise boundaries. Like Tolani. That's the same Yusuf that you are claiming up and down, running around him, being clingy and all. It is given, I am desperate. It is given, I am not loved at home. I wonder, how damaged can people be to have these types of behaviors? I have no idea. And I'm not even saying that Nomi is saint. Nomi is not a saint, okay? And I drag Nomi whenever she does something that catches my eyes that need dragging. But because she's not really close with a lot of people, she gets bad mouth, by the way. She has terrible mouth. But because she does not have a lot of people and she does not sit with a lot of people to discuss like this, you hardly see that side to her. These days, because she's with Cassie, and Cassie is not the type of person that sits down and goes. That's why friends are important. The type of people you make as friends are important. They either make you or mar you. So even if Nomi is a terrible gossip herself, and she can be condescending too, we hardly ever see her talk about other housemates in that way. This morning, they were talking about business and all of that. So yes, even if she gossips, like, you will hear stuff about business, and she's been very open about her fashion business. What have we heard about Bells? Even the Yusuf, the only reason we know Yusuf is an actor is because he had done work outside before, and that was his number one bragging right, which is good. As for Ricky, what did Ricky they do? What talent has he shown there? What exactly? Because the other day he was talking about how he had not had money to execute his plans, and that's why he came on the show. If he had money, he wouldn't have come on the show. Okay, so what are the plans? We don't see anything still. I'm tired of dragging people. Like yesterday night, I had 2 videos on in a row. I was happy. I was bawling. I was having a time of my life.